Hey, good evening. Welcome to Queenie's Wednesday Night Live. Oh boy, my YouTube camera. There we are. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, YouTube. Sorry about that. Oh, look, you can see my shoes in the YouTube one. And I wanted to, hi everybody. I guess I kind of want to have my little tarot thing hanging there. I kind of wanted to have it in view. It felt good. So, thank you. Thank you very much. So weird. Very weird. Well, welcome to Queenie's Wednesday Night Live for Wednesday, November 25th. What a month, huh? Anyway, so I'm doing okay. I don't want to make it, it's not all about me but this is my show, so I suppose this can be about me. I got some news that was very sad day before yesterday, and then yesterday. Day before yesterday, I got some news that my ex-boyfriend, ex-beloved from the late 90s, was about to transition. It was coming to his time. And then I found out yesterday that he passed away at about 3:50 in the morning Mountain Time on Tuesday. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I know. Anyway, so I told some stories about him on Facebook, and tonight you're going to be forced to hear one song dedicated to him, another one that I want to do for me, and another one that I want to dedicate to you. And I'm going to play guitar badly. Now, that is not completely a dedication to him, but sort of, because he played guitar pretty well. He had more strums than I do, but he would sing with himself. And I remember getting serenaded, and it was so sweet. It was really sweet. And some of the songs weren't my scene. He liked Neil Young and some other stuff that I just didn't get. But it was really cute. He would just sit there and play his guitar upstairs. We lived in an apartment in the Lower Pacific Heights. Hi, Travis. We lived in an apartment in Lower Pacific Heights in San Francisco. Now, the story behind that, and I told it on Facebook, but I'll verbally say it. I'm going to shake my camera around a little bit because I've got my knee resting on the desk. So, it was 1995. I lived with this woman that I had met through doing readings, and she was almost 20 years older than me. Her name was Janae, and I lived with her out in the Richmond. And at first it seemed okay, but then there were all these rules, all these weird rules, like not allowed to have boys over, just things. Like, because she didn't have, thank you, baby. Thank you. Because she didn't have a boyfriend, I was not allowed to have one either. And then there was just all this stuff where it just escalated and became kind of toxic. And I really wanted to have a place to live that wasn't that way. And my friend Maria lived over in Lower Pacific Heights. And I had met her through going to a chiropractor, and we just hit it off like gangbusters and became instant besties. And so Maria said she had a neighbor that needed some roommates, needed a roommate, one roommate at least, and that she'd gone to brunch with him and she felt so bad because he needed a roommate. And she was telling me about him. She said, "Oh yeah, his name is Tom. He's got long hair and glasses and blah blah blah." And I thought, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll meet up with him." I didn't really think anything of it. And then we made arrangements to meet. I talked to him on the phone, and it was kind of deadpan, which is fine. And because maybe I'm a little more high frequency. Anyway, I have a little more energy than a lot of people. So, so it just comes off awkward sometimes. But so we decided to meet up. I went over to look at the place. There were like 48 stairs going up because we were on the second and third floor of this building in the front. And it was a really cool apartment, really fucking cool. I guess it's condominiums now, of course. But so you go up those stairs. There's one level. There was a big kitchen and a full bathroom. And then there were 2 bedrooms. There was a giant walk-in closet in the hallway. And then there were 2 bedrooms at the front. One of them just had the octagon bay windows, and the other one had this big round kind of 3 windows. And I loved it. I loved that room. My favorite room that I've ever had, ever. Ceilings were super, super high. There was molding around them. There was a mantle, those windows. And I did it up like a fairy princess's love den. Okay. Anyway, so he was showing me the apartment, and then there were stairs inside the apartment. You'd go upstairs, and there was like this attic living room, and then his small bedroom and a full bathroom, like a big bathroom with a big bathtub and everything up there. So he showed me the apartment. But as soon as I looked at him, as soon as he came tromping down the stairs, his hair was down to his waist, these little round glasses and these pretty blue eyes and really nice smile. I kind of, I was like, oh, shit. I think I'm going to have to go there. I might have to go there. And because that's just kind of how I operated at that point in time. I'm going to turn my heater off for a second until I don't have a hot flash. So, anyway, so we had a nice chat and everything like that. And I decided that I would move in. And so I really had a crush on him. Like, I had a big crush on him. Now, it was my usual thing that I did was kind of an unrequited kind of thing. And then I would try and maneuver myself to where, oh, so do you want to have brunch? Oh, so are you going to the store? Oh, you're going to take a walk? Hey, can I come with, transparent. Well, maybe he didn't notice, but it would have been transparent to me. Anyway, so eventually we got together. And we were together. We kind of dated and had fun. And even went camping in the desert. It was the first time I'd ever been camping in the desert in the winter. And it was pretty incredible. And, being out in the Mojave Desert under the stars, or, wherever, I can't remember the first place we went, but it was pretty incredible. And, car camping in a tent. And it was cold. But it was nice during the day. And to watch him at that time and how excited he was about the desert and talking about the desert and how animated and dancing around and having funny names for Catillo, Sapporo, or Sapporo, just silly names for the cat. I just thought it was great. And so we went on like this, where he's like, yeah, I'm not going to have a relationship or anything like that. Yet we were like living together and hanging out together and stuff like that a lot. And then after a year, he said he broke up with me. He said, because he was pushing me away, because he was going to school and he met other ladies and everything like that. So he was kind of pushing me away. He said, I can't imagine ever having children with you. So, and I was like, ow. And it hurt badly. But then I also thought, well, I'm living here with this person. I guess I need to just move on. So I did. So I got all involved in swing dancing, met some Renaissance Fair pirates and things like that. And during that time that I was just doing my own thing, he realized that he loved me. And I said some like shitty things to him after he said that, but he was really thoughtful and he pursued me. And eventually we got back together on New Year's Eve of that same year. And it was just kind of romantic and thoughtful and very, very, just really charming. And really, he was a very sensitive person, and he was very serious. There was a lot of time where you'd ask, why do you smile all the time? How can you smile all the time when there's so much going on in the world? That pretty much summed him up. But it was really nice. And we were together until he moved to Santa Fe, because I didn't want to move. I didn't want to move to the Southwest. I wasn't ready. That wasn't what I guess it wasn't my path, because what I did after that was fancy. Anyway, so all these memories are coming up because my friend died. And we had been in contact over the last couple of years, but not too directly. His health had been bad for the last decade or so, off and on. And his significant other, who I am so glad that he had someone like that by his side. So that is very, very, I appreciate that a lot. So anyway, so my friend died, and I'm kind of grieving it, and I'm finding stuff. Like, I still have these earrings that he gave me. He self-published a book of poetry. So I found it. I'm like, oh God, I still have that. And I still have the hi Martha. I still have the art piece that he wrote and the poem that he wrote on it for me. I keep that on my wall. I've had it every time I moved ever since then. So it's kind of like a reminder that I'm lovable, So anyway, so it's kind of, grief is weird. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how weird grief is. Because you can grieve people that you haven't been around in a long time. You find out they passed away. If they made some sort of significant difference. I love you too, Martha. If they made some sort of significant difference in your life or enhanced your life in any way. And this person did. And honestly, everybody that I've ever loved has done that, has enhanced my life in some way, shape, or form, added to it. My second husband, had I not met him, I would have never tried Indian food. I would have never tried Thai food. And I love that stuff. So, everything, my current guy, I would have never started riding a bicycle again after all these years. And just the way that your knowledge can be expanded just by the addition of somebody in your life that you interact with a lot, that just expands your horizons. I had not been camping in years, and I went camping in the desert. Like, I followed that dude into the desert, and that was just kind of, yeah. I haven't had any dreams of him for a long time. But I suppose that if this is seemingly how it kind of works with me, if there's a message, then I will. But I think that we were distant. I really, when I didn't move to Santa Fe with him, and then when I came to visit him, and I came to visit him, and I didn't know this, but he had bought a ring and everything, and he was going to ask me to marry him, and it didn't happen, and I wasn't going to come back there. I wasn't going to move there, and it really broke his heart, and he was really angry for a long time. And I acknowledged that he was really angry for a long time, and that maybe he probably didn't stop being kind of angry about that because I broke his heart. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I loved San Francisco. I wasn't ready to leave there yet. I got ready to leave there, and I moved to Louisiana, which is another story that was a double-edged sword, that one. Anyway, so we were together for a while, and we just it was very sweet. He was very sweet and thoughtful, and like I said, very serious. And I'll never forget. I was doing stand-up. I was doing stand-up at the time, and I was going to open mics and doing all the stand-up and everything like that during the time that I was with him. I had just started, like in 1996, I started going to open mics and stuff. And then I continued. And then in 1999, I did my, this was after he moved away. I did my one-woman show in the Fringe Festival. And so I was out there, and so I would tell him, like, we'd be eating brunch or something like that, because we'd go up on Fillmore Street and walk around and stuff like that. And we go, that big Gothic church is right next to there. That was my favorite place to walk through, to look at the little Mary alcove outside. It was my favorite spot. Anyway, so I would tell him some of my jokes, and his sense of humor was so quirky. I mean, it was really funny. It was so quirky. Yeah. I've woken up crying before. A lot of times, though, I lucid dream a lot. Like, I know when I'm dreaming, so sometimes I'll try and interact with it, to get some sort of message across. But yeah, sometimes I woke up crying. Anyway, we're sitting at this table and we're eating brunch, and I must have told him I can't remember what joke it was, but apparently it wasn't. Yeah, my first husband passed away too. Thankfully, everybody else is alive and kicking. But anyway, so I told him this joke, and I guess it was, he thought, he just kind of looked at me. He goes, "That wasn't funny. Why do you think that's funny?" I said, "I apologize. I had no idea that you were the minister of funny." I don't think he probably liked that, but maybe he wouldn't like me telling that story. But and I can't even remember what joke it was. I think it was probably my dad joke, which is really bad. It was and I can't tell you it until later because I've already ruined the punchline, so I'm not going to tell you it until later. At another point, sometime in the future, I'm going to sneak up and tell you that joke after you have forgotten the punchline. That's just all there is to it. Anyway, so he was a lovely human being. Him and his little velvet jackets and his pointy boots, and sometimes he would wear velvet leggings and his really long hair, and eventually got his hair cut and he looked all handsome anyway. It was really, really nice. And I am so speaking of Thanksgiving, even though it's kind of a weird holiday for people. I'm very thankful. I do not regret any single moment, any single second of that time that I spent in his life and he in mine. I don't regret anything. That, and to add to that, anybody else either. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. No, there's no use regretting. Everybody that I've ever been with, long-term relationship-wise, has added and enhanced my life, and has contributed something to my life. And that's the thing about me is, like, you know, once that happens, you don't stop being loved. You know, there's only been one person that I've ever, thank you, to you too. To you too, Travis. There's only one person that I had to just completely, not erase, but just become neutral about. Just like, that person is just a no. It's a Louisiana person. It's just a no. That's a no. There were some nice things. It gets harder to remember because there was a lot of stuff that really, it taught me a lot about being alone and about being okay with being alone. Damn, that certainly did. But anyway, so Thanksgiving. So what are we thankful for right now? I know it's a fucking strange time. It's a weird time to be alive, to be in isolation. We probably shouldn't be getting together with family that we haven't seen for a long time. Not a good time to do that. So I am having Thanksgiving with my roommate and my landlord who lives upstairs, because we're kind of, that's our pod. So we're going to share food. And then later my roommate and I are going to watch the live action musical Cats, because I really want to mock it. I'm looking forward to it. It's the only reason I'm looking forward to it. I want to see the cheese. I want to see the cheese. Thank you, Travis. I am thankful that I'm still around and that I feel like I still have so much to do with my life and in my life. And I'm thankful for my bicycle. That makes me happy. I got to ride her today and it was really nice outside. And I went to the chiropractor. And I'm thankful that a lot of people, oh, thank you. Love you, Nada. I'm thankful that a lot of the songwriters only know some of the same chords that I know. So their songs are written with them so that I can play them badly. I like that. I was so excited. Like last night, my fingers kind of hurt. So I might be a little bad today. But last night, I just kept finding stuff. I was on a Sinead O'Connor, Sinead O'Connor, the word's gone. Jag. That was it. The word was gone. It just left. It just really fucking left. Wow. It just really left. That was pretty funny. And I don't even think Jag was what I wanted, but it was the only thing that I could come up with. Only 3 words, 3 letters. But I've been understandably distracted. And usual, I'm not sleeping very well. But because last night I woke up every 2 hours. When I was talking to my chiropractor, she said, I woke up every 2 hours too. What the heck was that about? Tangent. I know. I'm the queen of the tangent. Oh, Martha, you know. Oh, thank you, Travis. let's see. Okay. So also when I was with this person, it was during my time when I was really doing a lot of priestessy stuff. And these memories are reminding me. Okay. They're reminding me of how much I enjoyed just kind of the symbolism of it. Like, for instance, that New Year's, we were trying to close out our relationship. He wanted to get back together, but I thought we were trying to close out our relationship. So we both brought items and created this altar upstairs on the coffee table in the attic living room that represented, our it was supposed to say goodbye to the relationship. It did not work. It just made us more committed to each other in the first place. And that was kind of cute, actually. So, but I used to do stuff like that. I used to go and do ritual. I used to, I still do myself, and I find it very, very fulfilling to whether it's real or imaginary. To me, that doesn't matter. It's the intent of the thing. It's life. Life needs to have more magic in it, or at least the appearance or the feeling of more magic in it. And so, lighting a candle or putting a certain thing on, like this fluorite with the little wings. I really love this. I've had this for a long time. A Facebook friend of mine made it, and it just feels nice. Why not? Why not have little thing? It's just kind of reminded me of all the times, of all the little things I used to do, all the, like, I did all kinds of things during that time. I studied hypnotherapy. I did stand-up comedy. I did some spoken word stuff. I don't know. I just did all kinds of things, and just reminds me of those times. And, I was in my late 30s. I went swing dancing. So I used to dress up and everything like that. But I never, with that, it's like I was on the outside edges of all these groups, but I never really was part of them. So I just kind of observed mostly. But that was I just loved the whole style, the whole vibe and everything like that. And maybe I wouldn't have liked it if I was all immersed in it. So that works fine. It really do. So what are some of the things that you all are thankful for this year? I'm thankful that I don't have to boot up my computer until Monday. That's kind of cool. So, what else? Yeah, God. I think, well, I think that I think they stay with us, the people that pass on. At least our version of them stays with us in our hearts, Maybe that's just trite. Maybe that's just to make somebody feel better. But I feel like there are people that I've known that have passed, and I have gotten a distinct feeling of them being around. Not this person. I'm just having my memories, and this is my, thank you, Travis. I'm just having memories, and this is my, like, I guess this is my part of the grief process, or the unwinding of this friendship that had been going since like 1995. And I have had friends that, like, I had when my friend Michael passed away in 2018. I dreamt about him the first night. it was a really weird dream where I was looking in a mirror and he came up behind me, and I think so as not to scare me, he just kind of poked me with his foot to let me know he was there. And so, and that was it. That was it. Oh, thanks for kicking me. No. But when my dad passed, I saw him a lot in dreams. That's how, honestly, that's how, unless it's a very subtle message, that's how I'm more comfortable receiving messages, unless they're coming from me. Yeah, they do. They do stay. They do stay. I mean, sometimes you can kind of call them up or call up the feeling or whatever, or sometimes you can't. It's like, I feel like, well, after my dad died, my grandma, who's since passed on, I got to turn the heater on again. Woohoo, sorry. Anyway, she would be very, very sad because she didn't feel like he ever visited her. And she really wanted him to visit her. She really missed him desperately. That was a really weird sound, and I didn't like it from behind me. I'm okay. But that was very strange. Maybe it was my chair. I heard a squeak. Okay, I'm fine now. We were talking about spirits, and I went and spooked myself. Whoops. And that's pretty rare, because usually I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But this time, I did something with my mouse arm. Anyway, so she was really sad. She said that one time she did feel like he was there because she could smell his scent. Like he wore Lagerfeld for men. And so one time she just like smelled him, smelled the scent, and felt like, okay, Patrick, that's you there. But other than that, she was really sad that she didn't feel like he ever visited. And I haven't really felt her as much, since she passed. She died, I think, in 2012, because the last time I saw her, she was in 2011, and I think it was for her 90th birthday or something like that. A big family thing. That was actually pretty fun, but it was really interesting. I don't get together with my family very much because I'm out here, and I've created family. So, but yeah, I think that they stay with you. Why not? And people who are like, oh, that's such bullshit. Why? If there's something that brings you comfort, that kind of comfort, and it's not fucking harming anybody, and it's not some weird belief that big QAnon thing, whatever, and it's not harming anybody, then if that brings you comfort after someone passes away, then what is the harm in that for a while? Maybe that's how your grief manifests. Maybe that's, I really believe that we kind of carry our bloodline or our ancestors and our loves with us in a way, not with us as a burden or anything heavy like that, but with us as in, we have these stories and this history with these people that we can draw on at any moment to assist us in moving forward, and if that comforts someone, I think sometimes people who don't want to believe in stuff, who don't want to believe in those things, I think that's fine for you not to believe in those things. But why do you have to pick on somebody who does? Why do you have to be why is your right so righty right? Why does your right have to be so righty right? Why can't you, if you see that this is bringing somebody comfort, just because it makes you uncomfortable because you don't think it's based on scientific fact, then why? See, and I say this, and I'm saying this out loud, and I'm thinking about, like the politics of this time, and I'm thinking that I am not talking about those kinds of beliefs. I am talking about the the internal rituals, and that the in yeah the internal rituals, the symbolic things we do, the intentions that we set, the whole, like, how important that is, and how it has to be, like, how sometimes people that don't need that kind of thing, or don't feel that that kind of thing resonates with them, like, don't poo-poo somebody else's thing. It's just not fair. And of course, my ear's ringing now. We are having all kinds of interesting things happen here on Queenie's Live, Queenie's Wednesday Night Live. Shoot, man. Yeah, I would. I understand. You know, Martha, when because I know we've talked about this before, when I lived in San Francisco, before I moved over out of Noe Valley, one of my best friends ran the La Serena Botanica there, and I used to talk to her about all of that, and read books on it and everything, like on the Yoruba tradition. And it's always so fascinating to me and beautiful. I mean, it's all really beautiful. And it's like, in times like this, when we have to be isolated and separated from people that we love, or from family members, or just isolated, like, and struggling with wondering, like, how, what we're going to be doing for work, or where we're going to live, or whatever. Isn't it nice to know that we might have some sort of touchstone to fall back on, to bring comfort, and to help us set intentions, and to help us feel more empowered? Because that's the thing. It's like, there are a lot of people that feel really, really lost, that probably could do with whatever their version of, spirituality is, whatever their version of touchstone or setting intention is, because it's just really, it's needed in life. I mean, I could say it's needed right now because, boy, things are really weird, right? Yeah, I could say that, and that would be pretty accurate. But I think that it's always needed. And I've been reading this author, and I'm getting a book of his that of quotes and stuff, because I've been reading. There's this author on Facebook called Jeff Brown, and what he has been saying has been really resonating with me. It's like enlightenment. Enlightenment is not like you never having a bad feeling again. It's not that. Yeah, it's not. It's that enlightenment is not that. It's like, why would we be in these physical bodies if we're supposed to pretend that we're not? And why would we have these feelings if we're supposed to pretend that we don't? It just seems really counterintuitive, because I think that we can have very, very high, amazing spiritual experiences, or peak life experiences, moments of feeling enlightenment, like you're connected to everything and everything is connected to you. We can have moments like that, but still be in a body and also throw a temper tantrum later. And I say this with so much passion, because I'm trying to remind myself that it's okay to feel stuff, and that's all part of it. And that when you have, with this feeling of grief, it's like I was feeling very selfish because I wasn't that close to him over the last, like, whatever, since we split up. I wasn't that close to him. I had one phone call with him like in 2003 after my first husband died, because my first husband was the only other person that I had broken up with, and that was upset about that. I broke his heart. And I, like, selfishly was just like, I just want to check. I wanted to find out whether you were okay. And we talked a little bit then. And it was right after he met his SO. And he's in love and doing well. And so because we weren't that close, I started feeling bad about grieving. And I would stop myself from, like, really losing it. And I'm realizing, wow, that's just really, I understand that this is how I'm doing it, but this might not be so good to make myself feel bad. And every time I tried to come out with something to say about it, like even starting this video and talking about the story, and those stories, those are my stories. Why should I feel guilty about sharing my stories, my perspective of those stories, which is the only perspective I can kind of have at this moment, and feel guilty and selfish and narcissistic because I'm sharing those things? We really need to create a world where it's more okay to have feelings. And again, with this Jeff Brown guy, who's talking about the new cage movement instead of new age movement. And I really like that term. I used to call it new age. Is that, we're going to have these feelings. We're going to have shitty days. We're not always going to think positive, but we can think positive and we can kind of expand on that. But we're always going to, life comes at you or you come at it. And to know that somehow, regardless of how you respond to things, that you're okay, that you really are okay, that you really are loved, and somebody sees you, and that your feelings are valid, and they have to be valid. They have to be valid to yourself. I mean, this is that thing. They have to be valid to yourself. And it's very sad because part of this process is that I loved that relationship, brought me some joy. And I remember myself then, the me that was with him, the me that would pose for, naked photographs next to cactuses and shit in the winter sun, the me that wore these big boots and a velvet skirt out camping, the me that had this really long hair and, of course the bangs, yes, that me. I think I'm grieving her too, but I'm also picking up the little aspects of her that was so empowered. I was empowered. I was like, what? Full moon in Mexico near the Growler Mountains? Yes, we are going to dance underneath it. I'm going to hike to the top of that little mountain and we're going to be underneath the stars and it's going to be perfectly quiet. Nobody's going to be anywhere for miles around. We're all set up. We're having our little breakfast and stuff. The me that found magic in everything. The me that looked under this sagebrush and happened to see this little lizard like poke its head out and him watching me and me go, show me your tail. I told the lizard to show me his tail and he turned around and showed me his tail. That me, that person that just trusted that the magic was just there. the me that used to do priestessy things, and we do these tests where we get these challenges where we would be walking in the woods in the complete dark and have to find our way to one point and find our way back in the dark, just trusting the senses, and how exciting and how adventurous that was. That me, I get to bring her back. And maybe if that's part of what's happening here and the unwinding in the grief, then fine. I'm fine with that. Let's bring her back, because she was a lot of fun, and she was ridiculous, and she felt like she was made of magic. Why not feel like that? So I feel like I had been starting to bring her back over this time, and being able to have so much time on my own with my own thoughts, doing my own thing, has really assisted in that. And coming on here every Wednesday night has assisted in that. And I think this just kind of doubled it down. This reminded me that that's who I am and who I enjoy being, and that it's okay. It's okay to be that way. And it better be okay for me to have feelings, because, tough shit. That's part of, I used to write poetry. I used to write poetry when I was with him, and, I wrote music. She's coming back. And bless his heart, there were some amazing things that happened. And he was a pain in the butt. But we all are. I was a pain in the butt too. Imagine. Remember back in the day when you were with people? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's funny, because I was like having to kind of pretend it until I had to fake it again until I made it, because I got it broken out of me for a while. But okay, wait, train of thought just derailed. She'll be back. Yeah, so imagine, when I was that young, it's like I always felt like I needed something from somebody. And so I was perpetually like trying to get something from someone. And I think that I spent a lot more time, right? I think I spent a lot more time when I was with him. I spent a lot more time comfortable and not trying to get something, because I trusted. I trusted, and I don't trust that easily, and I don't trust that often. Now that changes. I trust more now than I ever did before, but it was kind of a rare thing then, and it still is kind of rare and precious, just because of my background. Maybe someday I'll write a book. No, I probably will. God, my foot keeps getting caught on the keyboard, the keyboard cord. Fancy. But yeah, I just, wow, it's 7:19. I suppose I should play guitar for you. You guys, I get really embarrassed about my guitar playing, but I really want to do this. I'm going to do this. This is for, Neil Young. Whew. For Tom, and please bear with me. I'm trying, how can I set this up? Okay, I got to move back. I got to move my keyboard tray out. And hope that, oh, what's wrong here? Oh no, you're not supposed to stick to that. That's weird. Anyway, I'm kind of gross. Okay. Sometimes I surprise myself. Oh wow, it's only 2 pages. This one's only 2 pages. All right. I really This is Chi Chi. My friend Paul tuned her up and got her all pretty. Now, cross your fingers. Okay, I can read it from here. Now, I may not do like, I only have one strum really, or one and a half maybe, but I know a lot of chords. So, and I just played this last night. Oh, I'm stressing out. My mouth is dry. Okay. I should really not make such a big deal out of it because that makes it even worse. Okay, I'll turn you off because you're blowing the frickin' sheet music around. I wanna live. I wanna give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these experiences, expressions I never give. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And hold on, sorry. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I lost my place, sorry. Oops. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Seen a miner for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. That was for Tom. That was for Tom. He used to play Neil Young. I think he played some other song. I don't know if it was that one. But I used to joke around and call it, like he would play guitar and he would caterwaul. It was so cute. It was really cute. So it'd be like you saying, "Oh, your fumbling around guitar playing is so cute, Aaron." That's kind of it. Okay, let's see. Is this the one? No, that's the last one. You guys. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple Sinead O'Connor songs. I'm going to fumble through. Let's see. Is this the whole thing? Oh, it is. I'm surprising myself with these 2-page things, which is good because I don't have a lot of room. Okay, so this is from Fire and Courage, the album Fire and Courage. I'm going to turn the fan on. It's called Emma's Song. It's really pretty. Oh no, I can't turn it on. Oh no, we're blowing away. All right. Now I love this song, and I'm just going to kind of fudge around and sort of play it. The first, wait, why does it not? First time I saw you, I love you. I loved you, your face blue, your eyes too, your mouth too, your mouth too. When I heard you, I wanted to give birth to you, give birth to you. I made love to you, I made love to you. The great goddess had us blessed. I'll get the next one better. The last time I saw you, I fought with you, I fought with you, I didn't to. Oh, say you see me, let me say sorry. The next time I see you, I love you. I'll be sweet to you. I'll take you to my healing room. Oh, we both know how loneliness goes. Every time I see you, I want you. I want you. The more I do, you hate me too. But the great goddess has us blessed. Every time I see you, I want you. I want you. The more I do, you hate me too. But the great goddess has us blessed. that was Emma's song. Like I said, one strum, everybody, one strum. That's the lady with the one strum. Oh, God. Wish I could put my... All right, so what are we doing here? Oh, and this one is my closer. It is my closer. And I don't know if I want to play guitar while I do it. Maybe I will. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, yes, I'll try it. I'll try it, but I might give up. I might give up and just sing it because I love it so much. Okay, so we've got the can we put the foot up here? Can we do this? Okay. There's a lot of chord changes in that. Well, more than there was in the other. This is to mother you. I'm not going to do it with the guitar. I'm just going to sing it to you. I don't know it well enough yet. Sorry, but here we go. And there's no karaoke of this, so I've done this a cappella before, but this is one of my favorite Sinead O'Connor songs. And I was part of this little group called Angel Corps when I lived in Fairfax in Marin, and it was very crunchy tree hugging group. And they played this song when we were doing some healing, and it broke me open. It was just absolutely beautiful. Being a person who was not mothered very much, this song, This Is to Mother You, really, like, it was almost life-changing to hear it. And so it's so pretty. Okay, I can't do it. I can't play it. I'm sorry. So here we go. This is to mother you, to comfort you and get you through when your nights are lonely, through when your dreams are only blue. This is to mother you. This is to be with you, to love you and to kiss you too. For when you need me, I will do what your own mother wouldn't do, which is to mother you. All the pain that you have known, all the violence in your soul, all the wrong things you have done, I will take from you when I am gone. All the mistakes in distress, all of your unhappiness, I will take from you with my kiss. I will bring you tenderness. For a child, I am so glad I found you. Although my arms have always been around you, sweet bird, although you could not see me, I saw you, and this is to mother you, to comfort you and get you through when your nights are lonely, through when your dreams are only blue. This is to mother you. For a child, I am so glad I found you. Although my arms have always been around you, Sweet bird, although you could not see me, I saw you, and this is to mother you, to comfort you and get you through when your nights are lonely, through when your dreams are only blue. This is to mother you. I want to thank you guys for listening tonight. Thank you guys for being here, for chatting, and thank you guys for being magical. Yeah, you are too. I will talk to you guys next week, and all of that. Bless you guys. Have a happy Turkey Day, however you celebrate it, and make the most of it. Do something special for yourself and for the ones that you can be close to during this time, and make some magic. I love you guys. Good night. Good night, YouTube.